The Qatar banking and finance and business project that Holmesglen has been contracted to deliver here in Qatar is particularly important. And it's important for a number of reasons, most noticeably the ability for Qatar to be able to deal with some of the strategic objectives that have been outlined in their 2030 vision. One of those objectives is the development of Qatar as a financial hub for the region, as well as its own economic development. And these factors highlighted the need for well-trained young people in the financial industry in Qatar.
Both of the Ministry of Education and the Qatar Central Bank are supporting the developing program for the vocational education here in Qatar. They are working with us, with the school administration, with the Australian team, and they're supporting and trying to provide us with all what makes such a program successful. This was clear in developing the curriculum, developing the ways of assessment, the assessment policy, which is completely different from what teachers and the students used to have for many years in vocational subjects. Also, it was clear when we developed a tool for students, electronic tool, which is the iBook, which helps students for self-assessment, and it's an interactive content with the students.
It's obviously been a process, a long process for us to be able to provide them with the required Australian teaching qualifications and for them to adapt an approach to teaching, learning and assessment that has been quite foreign to their traditional approaches to teaching. There has been traditionally a slow take-up of young Qatari men that have gone into post-secondary education as a way of encouraging boys to move from senior secondary school into post-secondary education. This vocational pathway was seen as providing an opportunity perhaps for that to happen and perhaps improve the take-up of young Qatari men going into that field. And vocational education, which is traditionally not something that has been considered a real contributor, has now obviously clearly acknowledged that they need the young people with skills to be able to continue to develop this country the way that it has been developing over the last 10 years or so. So it's been seen as a model. There are not a lot of vocational schools in Qatar, and in fact this is only one of 3 vocational secondary schools, so particularly important project from that point of view. To the point where for the first time ever they have commissioned Holmesglen to open a girls' vocational secondary school. There are no other girls' vocational secondary schools in Qatar other than the ones that we have started operating as of September 2015. So it's seen as a particularly important project by the SEC. It's setting the foundation for the development of vocational education in Qatar, and it's been hailed as a great success by the people that we're working with.